Hi, and welcome back to It's Okay
To Be Wrong,
a podcast with KB and Tanner Cunningham. Hi, how are you? How you doing?
Hi, it's Friday. I'm great. How are you?
Oh my gosh, it's Friday. It is my lunch break. I was like, I have to take a lunch break today because we have to podcast. Because yesterday I worked all day, but I was ill. Just ill. Okay, I was ill.
Yeah.
I was not doing well. I've had chicken soup for the last 3 meals.
Oh,
And we'll see like how I feel. But yeah, I was just having a hard couple days, and yeah, now we're back, and I was like, on my lunch break today, we can podcast. And so I don't know what's going on really in the stories.
Oh, yeah. It's giving an F.A.A.F.O. Friday, some would say.
I would love that. I love that. Thank you, Simone. I know what you're doing there, Simone.
Yeah.
Captain Simone. And then the press conference goes, would you like to explain what that means?
Yes, indeed.
And she does. She was like sitting there like contemplating. She's like, didn't I just work enough for y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all are going to make me figure things out.
And now I'm having to explain acronyms to you?
Right.
Figure
Google
it out. Figure it out.
I'm like, excuse me, I just made a new record, so I have to, like, you can figure it out yourself. And on that note, what have we been up to?
Ooh, what
How
have
are
we
you?
been
What's going on?
I'm good. I'm great. I don't really know. What have we been up to? It's all kind of a blur, I'll be honest. You know how whenever your life moves so quickly, you're just like, what actually happened? And then you look back at like photos or like sit down and think about it and you're like, oh, I did this and this and this and this and this. And that's why I don't know what's happened. Like I'm just kind of lost in the sauce over here. And KB is coughing up a lung over there.
I'm telling you, I've not been like feeling great, and I need to get well before we leave. And so that's been a lot of it, is that we have been doing like transparently, like just to tell you the side of it, it's like the influencer side, like we've been like making brand deals and like reaching out to people and contacting and like just like, you know, out there like building, but also just out there like trying to like better ourselves at like taking our own content and skills. And so like we'll like watch a video and then we'll go try it, or we'll see something and we're like, okay, we need to practice those skills. And so, you know, like a lot of this is always like it's being a lifelong learner. And so like that's what we've been up to. We've been up to lifelong learning.
Yeah.
Or I've been like not feeling great. And so like there's that. And we've just been trying to like make sure like everything is done. And then also like I just feel well before we leave, because we are about to take off on an adventure for the month of August.
We really are. But I will say, even though it's been busy, like one constant has been the Olympics.
I love the Olympics. And like that's what I do like during the day. Like if I don't have a meeting on and like I can just like work in the background, like the Olympics are on, I like the 4 screens up, then I choose my screen. Like go ahead.
Oh no, continue. Yeah, the 4 screen is the way to watch it. If you have Peacock, like it's never been easier, I would say, in my opinion, to watch the Olympics. I remember always watching them in prime time, like the following day kind of thing, you know, but like with this Olympics and Peacock, it gives you the 4 screen views. You get to see what you want. It's like very nice.
No, it's so nice. And you know what? We've been watching the ladies.
Yes.
We've been watching a lot of things. Like we're watching men's gymnastics too. Like actually the men's gymnastics team has done like
the little man in glasses love.
I know Steven, I think is his name.
Obsessed.
Steven. Steven is adorable, and by adorable I also mean a powerhouse. But I even watched an interview of like him like saying like how long he's been with his girlfriend, and he was like, we were both taking ADHD quizzes at the same time, and like we were texting like, no way, they're like, you're taking the quiz too, and I was like, I love him. Oh my god, I'm obsessed.
Get him
who doesn't go to college and take the ADHD quiz and wonder if you didn't get diagnosed as a child?
Right.
My roommate, like funny story, my roommate was like, I think you have ADHD, and I was really sad.
That's so true.
And she was right, but I was sad because like you're giving me a revelation for the first time in my life
that you didn't know about, really.
That I didn't know about, and that I was different. And I like went and took the quiz, and she was just like, you do all of these things, and just listed off like all the pervasive behaviors. Nothing great about this superpower that I've come to
that
own.
You can harness. And yes, for sure. No,
she only listed the pervasive behaviors because 1, she's a cunt, but 2, college students.
Wait, I thought we were just talking about a roommate that we still love and know, and I was like, wow, that took a turn, JK. Now that makes more sense. Now I know who we're talking about.
Oh, cute cat. Sorty
yep.
butt.
I know exactly.
First.
Yeah, whatever you said that, I was like, what?
I know. I'm like, should I edit that out?
No, leave it. I love it. No, this is a Fuck Around and Find Out Friday episode. So, like, children, guard your ears. This is not meant for you.
This is not meant, like, parents, I'm so sorry. If you, like, don't have those words in front of your children.
Like,
Please turn off the episode now.
Yeah. Like, that's on you.
I
We
can't
gave
help
you a
it. Like,
warning.
I've been down and out and fully working just because,
And there's
like,
an explicit thing on this. So also, whatever.
also, I believe, okay, let me give you my context, and then we'll go back to the ADHD quiz, and then we'll go back to the
Perfect.
Olympics. Thank
Perfect.
you. I know the sequence of how we got here, like, and I will take us back.
Thank you.
That is the
Keep us on
ADHD.
track. The superpower.
So,
Time and place words.
So time and place words are something that I'm very passionate about.
Yeah.
And I would teach this in schools too. And so I would just be like, you can't like sit there like my parents say this, or like I've heard other people say this, or like
Right.
they hear like adults in the building say things, because like adults are human beings and like sometimes they curse. Okay. And
Obviously.
I'm just like, yes, you may have heard that, and those are like time and place. And when you understand like the time and the place, like that's a different story. It's like, you remember how we talk about this in story elements or plots, or like how you say things, or like when's the right time to approach someone, time and place. I was like, time and place is so important in life. And then we talk about different things that are time and place of like, do we pee in trash cans in our classroom? No, we go to the toilet.
That's
because
Justin
it's the
Bieber
wrong
behavior
place.
back in 2010. We don't do that.
We don't do that. Like wrong place.
Yeah.
Wrong place. Like it's fine. You can go at any time, but it's the wrong place. Like, and so like I would explain like that. So I think
they're such.
I think most languages that way. Now
Yeah.
some things are just like incredibly offensive and heinous and like
Right, there's some
shouldn't
things,
come from lips,
of
right?
course.
But like most things, especially curse words, I think are time and place. And also the F word is like literally a noun, adjective, subject, verb, adverb. Like it literally can do anything. And I have a lot of respect for it.
I know. Yeah, it's a hardworking lady, and we love to F.A.A.F.O.
F.A.A.F.O. And that's where we are, y'all.
Yeah.
And speaking of, that goes back to the sweet Olympic Steven who was taking ADHD quizzes with his girlfriend. Yeah.
Yes.
So she told me that. And I was just a little like, LOL.
I'm like, is he medicated? Because the level of concentration that he had, I don't think he has ADHD. He was just like so laser focused.
But don't you, I get high, but that is a thing. So
Oh,
ADHD
okay.
has
See, I don't
multiple
know.
components. So there's also like a hyper focus component, and like there's like, so each person might be affected differently.
Sure.
And so if like you went in and took like a screener and then like got diagnosed, like it would like break down like what type of ADHD do you have, and like because ADD is not even included in ADHD anymore if you look up the DSM-5. And now I just feel like I'm going on a psych podcast.
Yep.
So back to the Olympics. The Olympics have been fabulous.
Fabulous. Yes. Steven has been like the main event for the boys that we've watched. But the girls, wow, slayed the house down boots.
Slayed the house down boots.
And Simone, just like living on the internet, like she's my favorite person right now, just clapping back at everyone, like not taking shit from anyone. She's just like, absolutely not.
No, it is
Absolutely
so
not.
meta. It's so meta because like she's thinking, like we're getting to watch her think about her TikToks in real time. And like how cool. Like we've never lived in a time like this. I did say the other day the Olympics have never been like this accessible. And like I do
Totally.
believe that because like on Peacock you can even like take it, back it up, watch 4 screens at once. Like there's just so many things you can do with the Olympics. And then like the fact that we can see her plan her TikToks, cheer around with her team, like get to see the full experience, and then get to see like the point of view of like her planning it versus like what we get on our camera, and just seeing her, just like seeing the girls have fun. Like, wow.
No, it's,
Like,
yeah.
Sydney Lee, Jordan Childs, Simone Biles. I cannot remember the other person. I'm sorry. But like y'all are crushing it. Like I just can't.
Crushing.
And there's something else that we watched the other day.
What?
Oh, also Simone won. So this is the first time in Olympics history
What?
that they've had Olympic winners that have won best all around in gymnastics twice.
Wow.
Medals. So Simone won back in
Iconic.
2016, back in 20, or I can't remember the exact
Yeah,
dates.
she's won
But
twice.
and then Suni Lee won in 2020 and 2024.
That's amazing.
So it's like it's the first time. Like these women are just
Creating
like
herstory.
amazing. Like we have the GOAT. We have like an incredible person right next to her, like Sneely. I'm just like, it's wow. It's so amazing. Jordan Childs, like they are just crushing it. And it's so fun. It's fun to watch. It's fun to watch women be successful.
It feels
And these little, they're so tiny and so powerful.
so powerful for
Yeah,
sure.
good things come in small packages.
I know where you're going with this other story. So we did watch one Olympic event that was interesting. Like I'd never seen it done before in my
Me
life.
neither.
It was windsurfing, women's windsurfing, and I swear they like built the little windsurfer before they took it out on the ocean.
No,
Now,
it
don't
was
quote me
literally
on that.
Moana.
It
Like-
really was, yeah.
And
that's-
Moana was the commercials during the Olympics. So,
And so it like all clocked. And so like they built their little windsurfer equipment, and then they took it out to the sea or wherever they're at. They're in Marseille, I think that's a sea.
yeah, Marseille.
And so they take it out there, and they're just like going. So I don't even understand how it works. It's like beyond my understanding. So I took a nap.
Yeah, Tanner took a nap, but you know what?
What?
I did not. I was dedicated to this. I was like trying to like get all kinds of stuff done for work. Like I was like fixing my calendar. Oh, that calendar was a witch to me. Like it was so hard to like just get the stuff set up for that. I gave up. And I was watching windsurfing while this was all happening, and we're like an hour or so into this competition. Like, okay, this competition has been going.
Yeah.
And they call it because they said somebody got an unfair advantage, and I don't even begin to understand
it was Israel,
what happened.
Yeah, she somehow got an unfair advantage, and then the Olympic Committee comes in on a boat with this flag, and they're like, the event is over. They canceled Christmas. It was sad to see, and I didn't understand it either.
I know, and like it's exciting because like you get another chance, right? But also like I would be so pissed, like the amount of work that you put into your body, just like the body work that they put into this.
Yes.
Well, and then to think like, you know, you're in the middle of this, so like your nerves are over. Like you're like, okay, I'm just in it, and then you have to do it again.
Yeah.
Cheese and rice. That is stressful. And I guess that's just like part of competing like out in like a wind type sport, like that where the elements are part of
the requirements for like
the
competition. Yeah, for sure.
And so like it's wild. It's really wild. I would like could never be me, but also I want to see what these people look like. Their bodies have to be shredded. Like just the most shredded humans, like because they're standing up on a surfboard guiding a wind sail, like
sometimes
fully
creating their own wind, like having
they
to
create their own wind and like jam it forward, but they're always like leaning back, like their glutes are always engaged. Like I can imagine their core strength is just like probably phenomenal. And so like once again, just respect.
Yeah, I'm just thankful I took a nap.
That was wild.
Oh, men's volleyball was wild. They were crazy with that ball. Like the speed and stuff. I was like, there's no way I could ever return that.
No, literally. I'm just like, if you get hit, like your face is demolished.
No, for sure.
And like, I'm too vain.
Call a plastic surgeon.
I didn't even like, so I used to play sports, like, what is it? Like co-ed, like church sports.
Yeah.
I would like make fun of that now just because like, okay. You know, like I guess it's just like a good time to come together. Right. But like, slow pitch softball, like that is scary when you're like 13 years old and you're playing with these like 45-year-old men and they're like hitting these balls. Yeah. And then like I was not the best volleyball player, but I always played once for just like social like reasons. And like I didn't like playing church league volleyball because some of the guys would just hit the ball down so fast. I remember a girl left with a broken nose, and I was just like, that's when I tapped out. I was like, I'll never play again.
Yeah, no, I'm not endangering my most prized possession, my face. Sorry.
No, literally, and it wasn't my most prized possession then, but it is now. I grew into my nose.
Ooh, at least he didn't hit you and break it.
No, thank goodness.
Thank goodness.
Would have had plastic surgery.
Plastic surgery. What does that mean?
I would have gotten plastic surgery as a kid, like before my nose grew in.
I see.
No, I wouldn't have. My mom and dad aren't like that. I would have begged. I'm like, please.
Yeah, I'm like, they didn't even give you braces, no offense, so I don't think you're going to the plastic surgeon.
No, well, they didn't know my teeth were bad. They thought they looked good.
Well, they do, but a little orthodontia goes a long way.
Just a little braces. I'm seeking a bracer sponsorship if anybody wondered, and if anybody is listening, I cannot wait. I have just a little bit of crookedness and a little bit of overlap. And if you don't know, as you get older, your teeth start to crowd more. So
they can shift and move, and crowd,
And so I want to ensure that doesn't happen. So I am seeking a braces sponsorship.
Free orthodontia, thank you.
Please and thank you.
Yeah, we're putting that out there. That's great.
It's gonna happen.
It's happening.
Brooksand got Ozempic, and then
and now we're gonna get Invisalign or something to that effect.
It's gonna be fab.
Fab.
All right, what else, babe?
What else? Well, that's kind of all we've been up to, like just watching that on TV. Now we have been watching Real Housewives. It's really good in the OC. If you're not watching, tune in.
The OC had me. I was awake, y'all. We were in bed at 9 o'clock. I told Tanner I might fall asleep.
Yeah.
But like, I'll try and stay awake. I didn't even have to try.
No.
I didn't even have to try. I was
just
hooked.
That good.
Hook, line, sinker. Now I'll say New Jersey, like they're going too slow for me in the beginning, and then all the drama happens at the end of the episode. I'm asleep by the time we get to the drama.
That's fair. They got to hit you with a little something to keep you awake.
Yeah, I need something in the middle. Like every time I watch it, I'm
sandwich
just like,
it.
Oh, I just gotta like. We turned on New Jersey the other night. I was like, I'm gonna take a nap. And Tanner was like, it was so good. And I was like, not the first 20.
See it. Yeah, didn't see it. A tangent that I have. I said it once, I said it twice. I'm going to continue to say it all summer long. It is the summer of Chappell Roan.
Yes, it is. Tell me about All Girl Chappell.
So Chappell is recently performed at Lollapalooza, and I believe it's in Chicago. She had
I think so too.
The biggest crowd ever with over like 80,000 plus people there in attendance. They were all singing Pink Pony Club, Hot to Go. It was just really good. It was great. They were all, it was no notes. She looked like a wrestler kind of person, like an 80s wrestler vibe. It was cool.
Yeah, she is so fabulous. I am so excited for her and just like everything that she's been through. I've listened to a couple of her podcasts recently, and I love like listening to her talk versus like who she is as Chappell Roan, and getting to see multiple like sides of like who she is and like what she brings to the table. And she talks about like Chappell being like her persona, like her stage, like it is her performance art. And like I'm obsessed. I love that. I get that. It's hard for me to like, it's easy to do this like on a mic with you right now because I'm talking to you.
Sure.
But like it's hard for me to like go out there and just like be myself and put myself out there. But it's so easy for me to like act and put on a performance in a show. And like that's what I feel like sometimes at work too. I'm like, I'm putting on a performance right now and I'm gonna sell it. And like that's what gives me confidence. But when I'm like, if I'm just like, hi, I'm just Katy. Katy doesn't want to do that. But like KB's ready to do it.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get that. And then you gotta like kind of compartmentalize that way, or like put on a character for certain things. I'd get that too. I do,
Yeah.
Like I love that. Another tangent that I have.
Yes, go for it.
I saw that people on X were saying that Lil Nas X is broke.
Is he?
No, he was just spotted flying Southwest. And so then he had the most funny, iconic comeback.
What did he say?
He was like, don't you dare try to check me whenever I'm flying private and talk about my carbon emissions, okay?
No, literally. And you know what? As Southwest girlies.
Well, as someone who can barely afford to fly on a companion pass, we see you, Lil Nas X.
We see you, Lil Nas X. And like, yeah, what's the problem? Some people, maybe he just wanted to fly with his bags for free, okay?
Like, and who could blame him? That's like a premium perk at Southwest.
It is. And like, so what? He probably got A1. All you do is sit there. Like, okay, I will say, like, when you're flying a long trip, I'm sure like upgraded classes would be nice.
Totally.
Like being able to stretch out.
Like if you're on an 8-hour flight or something very long.
Yeah, like I'm sure that would be fabulous. And that's not my luxury. So I've been flying Southwest since I was born. I've only flown like America and Delta like a handful of times. America. I've only flown America for once. But I've like, I've done that like a handful of times. I would say like under 10, like between all my like American and Delta flights combined.
Totally.
So like I'm just a Southwest girly.
Through and through.
I am.
Same.
I get it. I love it.
We respect it.
And I really respect it when my companion pass hits. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, no, so I thought that was the perfect response from Lil Nas X. Like, yeah, I'm obviously not broke, and like, don't you dare come for me when I'm flying private and talk about my jet fuel emissions.
Right, don't come for me unless I send for you.
That's what he said. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard.
Ooh, well, that was fun. We yapped for a minute.
Yes.
Should we get into the blips on our radar?
What's the blips on our radar today?
The blips on our radar. The first one is that Princess
blip on my radar. That was OC last night.
Oh, yes. Who was
Heather
that?
Dubrow.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, you're not even a blip on my radar. And I was like, blips on my radar.
The first blip on our radar is that Princess Beatrice named the best dressed person in Britain by Tatler magazine. Thoughts?
I can already tell you, I don't even see the pictures up, and I disagree.
I agree.
Best dressed my ass. Okay.
Well, in Britain, so like I'm sure that the fashions there are different, right? But yeah, I think she got this because she's a princess, and I love a Nepo title, but like enough. She's already a princess.
Right. No, she's already a princess. No, the fashions are not giving. She's not giving me anything new. Florals for spring.
Groundbreaking.
That's what it's giving.
No, for sure.
Like she did one weird hat where she looks like Maleficent in the head.
Well, that was at the wedding of Kate and William, and that they got clowned. They said that they look like the evil stepsisters from Cinderella. The internet went wild with that. They made memes about it. It was great. It was iconic meme culture at the time.
Yeah, like no, this is like untrue. And I just like honestly, when I thought about her, I just couldn't think of, and I know Princess Beatrice, right?
Sure.
Like I couldn't think about anything.
Sarah Ferguson's daughter.
Yeah, that's why I know her, because I love Sarah Ferguson and her red hair.
Yeah. See her at the redhead.
I like lost my thought, but all I was gonna say is that like I know what she looks like, and when she came to mind, I couldn't remember one piece of clothing she'd ever worn.
Right, nothing like
that's something I remember. I'd be like, oh, you wore this, this, and this.
Yes.
And so
I don't know who they would have chosen, but I agree. I don't think it should have been Princess Beatrice.
There's plenty of people in.
I would have even been fine with Kate Middleton over Princess Beatrice, frankly.
No, yeah, Kate Middleton's decent.
Yeah. Our next blip.
Boring, but decent.
Boring but decent. Put that on my tombstone.
Same. Like, she's a little boring, but she's decent.
Decent.
She goes to bed at 7.
No, literally. I'm like, yeah.
She goes to bed at 7, but she's a good time during the day. Like,
boring, but decent. I like it.
Yeah.
That's a compliment in my book. Our next blip. Blake Lively announces new hair care line, Blake Brown Beauty. Now, initially, I was upset. And then I quickly turned a corner.
You turned a corner. You have not told me that you turned a corner.
It's
Go
okay
ahead.
to be wrong. Okay, whenever I first saw the product line come out, I thought it looked like fake Fenty because it's like giving honeycomb. It's like what Rihanna did like however many years ago she launched Fenty. So I'm like, okay, well, you're about 6 years late to the game, but fair. Yeah. Now, Blake Lively does have gorgeous, stunning, beautiful hair. And so I just assumed that this was something she was slapping her name on, right?
Yeah.
I watched a TikTok last night. Indeed, that's not the case.
Oh, tell me what you've learned.
She's been doing this process for 20 years now. She does not do a conditioner. And in her hair care line, you will not find one. She does hair masks and shampoo. That's her secret.
Oh.
And the brown comes from her father or her mother. I get this part confused, but her father took her mother's last name, I believe, which was Lively.
Oh, okay.
And his last name was Brown.
Okay, yeah.
And so, like, I love that, like, she's, like, honoring him in that way.
Yeah, well, and I was going to say that makes sense because her name's Robin Lively, but
yeah.
it's...
Well, yeah. So either way, like one way or the other, like it comes from her father, I believe, the name Brown. And so Blake Brown is going to be sold exclusively in Target. She talks a lot about like good, clean, quality products. And I can get behind that too, Blake.
Well, and you know what? She did take Betty Buzz, which Blake doesn't drink, but she did want to like make like elixirs and cocktails that you could put in alcohol or enjoy with like mocktails.
Yeah.
Like it's like specifically for that. And she might drink, but she's talked about not drinking before. And like that, it was all about like clean products, like things that like you can put in like your food that aren't just like harmful, but like let's put in like natural ingredients. And so like this does make sense to me for her. And also like knowing that she is a like mom of 3, like when you become a mom, I think you start thinking about that a lot more of like what's going into my kid's body, what's going into their hair. So that makes sense. And honestly, she does have like some of the best hair.
No, should we try it? Like honestly, and should we start like not doing conditioner? Like is conditioner bad for you? I need to do research. Like why are people just doing hair masks? And she's been doing it for 20 years.
I don't know. We need to find out, and maybe we'll just reach out.
Yeah, totally.
Like hi Blake Brown Beauty.
Hi Blake Brown Beauty. We really love you. We love you so much. Our next blip. Fans rip into Simone Biles' husband Jonathan Owens for his odd behavior. Did you see this?
I didn't, but also just like leave them alone.
I agree. And
leave them alone. I think Simone even said that. Like I saw like clips of things. I saw like some type of backlash and I was looking for things like memes for work of Simone like getting her gold medal and like something came up about her husband and she was like, leave me alone basically.
Yeah.
And so I didn't even go into it and look. I was just like, yeah, leave me alone. Like not even giving it airspace.
No, that's just like goat behavior. And like Simone like is not giving them oxygen or energy. And I love that. And I think this all kind of stems from that time whenever he was interviewed a long time ago and the reporter asked if he knew who Simone Biles was before they started dating and he said no, and that like really it made her fan base very upset and they're like, excuse me sir, you don't know like the GOAT? Are you stupid or dumb?
Yeah, that's fair, but then she married him, so like get over it.
No,
like,
for sure, she's over it.
Like you chose that, and she probably didn't even care because you know he is also like a big athlete. Like
he plays in the NFL, I believe.
Yeah, he plays in the NFL. Like he is an athlete. I think he plays for the Eagles.
Sounds
like,
right.
I don't know. But like who cares? Like they're both like stars in their own right, but like she's the GOAT. She's the prize and she said, "Shut up and leave my man alone." She
did. And like
I think that I respect cuz people get the wrong opinion all the time too. People say things to like me and you and even just like how our dynamic's been and how we've changed things. I'm just like, "Is it your business?
Right.
Do you pay my bills? Do you clean my house? Do you scrub my floors?" Okay. Thank you then.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
And they were upset because he was wearing her medal in the photo.
I saw that too. And I was just like, who cares?
Yeah. I'm like, that's probably like, I mean,
maybe she said her neck was heavy. Okay.
Yeah. Maybe
like,
maybe she put it on him and she's like, baby, look what I got. Look what I got. Like, who knows? We weren't there.
Yeah.
But leave Jonathan and the GOAT alone, please.
Right. And if they want to argue about it, they can argue about it on their own, but they don't need us like chiming in. Like, let them be. She's done so many things. And like, my biggest takeaway from this is like, are we going to just like
let the GOAT go?
Let the GOAT go. Like literally, she just did all these groundbreaking things. Like she's set new records multiple times this Olympics. And we're talking about her husband. Let's decenter men. Back to the GOAT.
Back to the GOAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the GOAT. Literally, she's set so many records, and she's also just made so many, just the skills. We were watching the women's overall yesterday, and just the skill and technique in comparison to other people. Like, nobody does it like the U.S.
Unmatched.
Brazil is pretty good. Brazil's like Brazil, and Brazil placed yesterday, I think silver. But like, you just watch other people and you're like, it's simple looking in comparison. And don't get me wrong, I know it's not simple. I cannot even like get my ass up on that balance beam.
No, certainly not me
And
yeah,
just in comparison to like what the US can do, like skill wise, like technically, just unmatched. And just like, she's the GOAT. She is the GOAT.
She is the GOAT. I did see she also had on a cute little diamond goat pendant. It was so cute. She like held it up and she's like, I'm the GOAT. I was like, yes, queen.
Oh, the way she's been flirting with the cameras, it has been so good.
She's my favorite person on social media right now. Like, she cannot be stopped.
And like the cutest smile. Like, you don't F.A.A.F.O Simone Biles.
You could never fuck around and find out on Simone.
No.
And if you do, you're dumb.
No, you're literally one idiot.
Goodbye. Our next blip is that Carrie Underwood will replace Katy Perry on American Idol. It's
Don't
giving
even care.
to me. Oh, really? I like it. It's like she's returning the crown, and I don't know. You're a prom queen, so like thoughts, comments, questions, and concerns.
Okay, she's like returning the crown.
Did you do that, by the way? Did you go back?
I went back and returned it. I wore this like coral pink dress. I had brown hair. I was so tan. It's
brown hair.
Yeah.
Did you dye it?
Yeah, it was brown. It was wild. And by brown, I mean it was dark. It was like as dark as yours. It wasn't good. It was not good for me, y'all. And we live and we learn. And that's why my hair is not as vibrant as my sister's.
Because you dyed it black.
Yeah. That'll really singe the hairs off of your head. And yeah, I just like, to be honest, I don't care about Carrie Underwood.
Well, yeah, I agree.
And
like, we're not going to
really
watch American Idol.
Like she did. Carrie's given me lots of bops. I just like haven't connected with her like in a long time. That's
For
all.
sure.
So I'm just like, okay, cool. In American Idol, I'm just like, also just like kind of one of those shows that it's like, I didn't know we still watched.
Do you think it's going to change the ratings at all? Like,
potentially. It's Carrie Underwood.
I think the last person that we watched a show for like this was The Voice, and when Ariana Grande was on. And like I watched 2 episodes and I was like, well, I'm done with this.
Yeah, it just depends. Because like some people, I think there's going to be a group of like elder millennials / like people above us. What are they?
Boomers.
Those people.
Boomers?
No, that's not. No, there's a gap between us and the boomers.
Oh.
Like our parents aren't boomers. Well, your dad's
like,
a boomer.
my dad is a boomer.
Your mom is not a boomer. They're in different generations.
Gen Y or something. I don't know. We don't know.
Gen X, I think. I don't know. Whatever they are. They really enjoyed, like, do you remember when American Idol came out? Like, we were in like 4th or 5th grade, so they were like in their 20s. I think they might like really like it and like to see like the differences of like Carrie Underwood and her journey since that time. I think that's going to be the selling point of her being the judge.
For the judge. Okay, cool. No,
and then I think they should cut it. Like Carrie Underwood judges last season and then they kill it.
I don't think they will, because remember they tried that and they had to bring it back like the very next season. And it's sad to do because like they were the OGs. They were the GOATs, right?
They were the GOATs.
And now
like in The Voice,
they're a blip on our radar.
No, yeah, they were the
So
GOATs,
it's
and
weird.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
The Voice, I will say though, like is still like, I did watch The Voice for a while, and what I liked about it is that like they changed it up like basically every other season. They bring on like guest judges, like Taylor Swift is on there, Reba McEntire, she was on there, and now she's like a judge on there. Like, so you know, they have like, they change things up a little bit, and that's what's exciting about it. They change up how they do like the judging, like in battles, and so like it keeps it interesting.
Yeah,
But I still don't watch it. It's way too long and too many shows a week.
Same.
It's like me trying to keep up with Love Island. All right, and the last blip on our radar is Raquel Levis is slammed for wishing Jax Taylor a speedy recovery and treatment. Why is she being slammed? I don't understand.
Well, no one's going to like anything that she does, unfortunately for her. Like, that's why I would just stay off the social media. But she has a podcast to promote, so she can't. And I understand that too, because that's why I'm on social media.
No, literally. And I just like, okay, I think just this,
well, it's just like 2 villains, you know?
Yeah,
two
it's
villains
two
from
villains.
Vanderpump. It's just like a lot to process.
And like, who cares? Like, I think like, who cares? Once again, like, why is this news?
No, literally. It's a blip.
Literally, it's a blip. And like, people, like, is this what we're prioritizing? Raquel Levis?
Yeah, I thought.
To Jax Taylor, a person who hopefully is growing and changing to Raquel Levis. And Jax Taylor is shown that he will not grow and change, and it's just when you're like 50 years old, you're just a class A idiot at this point. So we'll see.
Big facts.
Yeah,
big facts. Well, that was fun. The blips.
Should
we give them the rhyme of the day?
Yes. All right.
Let's do it.
Simone and the girlies are bringing us gold.
Yes.
And the rest of these stories will be told. All that today on It's Okay to Be Wrong.
To be wrong. Yeah.
So Simone Biles reveals that MyKayla Skinner blocked her on social media after gymnastics shade. Okay.
Got to continue with the GOAT. The GOAT is, like I said, she's just like my favorite Olympian. She's doing the most, and it's the best.
And who hasn't been blocked?
No, whom amongst us has not been blocked or blocked someone? And it's a good thing to do.
No, blocking is like a setting of a boundary. Blocking is fun. And we block people for worse things than this.
Yes. But this all came about because MyKayla Skinner on her YouTube channel, which she now deleted.
She should.
No, literally.
She's just a hater.
No, it is just giving
MyKayla Skinner is queen of the haterade.
It is giving haterade energy.
And like, I wouldn't say that if it was just once. And I wouldn't say this, well, it was just twice. But that girl has never been nice.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, she criticized Team USA's talent and work ethic. But she did say, like, obviously that was not about Simone in the video because she's the GOAT and, like, keep my name out of your mouth. But
then you're talking about my besties that I'm competing with.
And I think that's why Simone responded, because she's like, no. Like, this is a team thing. Like, yes, I am doing this on my own in aspects, but, like, you can't be nasty to the girlies. Like, you never can win when you play dirty.
And I feel like Simone's like ride or die like that.
Yeah.
She's like, well, and she competes with these women day in and day out on these teams. And honestly, MyKayla's just bitter because she's been alternate multiple times. Yeah. And that's what happens when
you don't have a work ethic.
As somebody who is a bench sitter.
Oh, yeah.
As somebody who's been a bench sitter and like not the best at like sports, but like I still always cheered on my team.
Yeah.
Like, and that's like the award I would always get at banquets was just like character award. Like, it was called Christian Character Award, but like the Christian Character Award and like character and like always being like uplifting and encouraging and like even in moments like when like everything kind of sucks, it's like who's encouraging and lifting up our team. And so like I respect that about Simone of like, you know what, this is for all of us. This isn't just for one of us. Because like as somebody who you can be a good bench sitter or you can be a bratty bench sitter. And she chose bratty. This isn't brat. This is just like bratty. Bitchy bitch sitter also. And hopefully this doesn't like become who she is. I hope she like takes from this, learns from this, does a lot of introspection.
Yeah.
And like can become a better human because like sometimes you don't realize things till you're completely called out.
Until you're roasted online.
Until you're roasted and toasted. And like I'm sure they've already told her this. I'm sure this is not anything new.
Right.
And like sometimes like self-reflection doesn't come till like you're ousted on such a big stage. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Now we teased this in the intro that the Golden Girls did do a rebrand, much like us. And again, whom amongst us hasn't done a rebrand?
I rebranded like 6 times in the last 3 years.
Yeah, so originally it was the F.A.A.F.O. And when asked about it in an interview, like you were talking about, Simone was like, well, after they won gold, she's like, we're now the Golden Girls. Because I don't think Fuck Around and Find Out was like working for Team USA. Like they had to give themselves a rebrand.
Yeah, I think Team USA was like, girls,
like that's
you're
cute,
media trained
and the media trainer is here to tell you no.
Yeah, they're like, this is fun in practice, and like I'm sure their coaches are like, yeah,
like name the group chat Fuck Around and Find Out, but it cannot be like your Olympic name.
No, because I saw Simone going up and like hugging her coaches, and that first lady coach she hugged them, like they were just smiling so big at each other. Like I felt like they said it to each other, like like brain to brain, like you know when you know, but you're like the camera's on. And so, like, I think they like it, but also, like, because you're like, they're not raising them, but you are, like, day in and day out with these, like, powerful women. And so, like, you want them to have that confidence.
Totally.
And so, like, that's incredible. That's how they win, is because they have that much confidence. And, like, I didn't see that, like, in everybody else's gymnastics team. And I just, like, wonder, like, what's the culture like?
Right.
What's the environment? Like, how are these gymnasts able to be pushed to, like, their absolute limits and thrive at the same time and feel uplifted? And so like that'd be a really challenging job as a coach,
without a doubt. Yeah. And
sorry everyone, I'm taking it there today.
Oh, she's going there and I love it. Keep going. I'm just like sad for Shishu, and because as Shishu would, we're always going to make this about her. Like the fact that the Good as Gold was not playing while Simone was on the beams or something, like, or getting gold when Team USA wins instead of our national anthem that plays.
Honestly, bravo, missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity, bravo. Hello.
They should have been doing an Olympics highlight each night of the Olympics on Watch What Happens Live. Because they have that every night except for like Wednesdays or whatever. Or I don't know, Tuesdays. I don't remember. There's one night that Watch What Happens Live doesn't happen. And they should have like a recap every night with Shishu. You're right.
Yeah. Get on that, Bravo, and Andy, and watch what happens
Andy
live.
Cohen, anybody?
Lauren, I forget your last name, but
No,
I know
that's
you're
okay. I was
programming.
thinking, I was like that person that always helps Andy with his
Lauren
programming.
something, yeah.
And we hear about her.
We know you, girl. We know you, but you don't know us
Bravo,
yet.
Bravo, Peacock, NBC,
Bravo,
NBC.
fucking Bravo.
Thank you. Who was that? Brandy Glanville?
No, that was Denise Richards. Whenever, or is that her name?
Yes,
Yeah.
it's Denise.
Whenever she freaked out on camera and she thought that wouldn't be aired because she said that. LOL.
Well, she's also in a cult.
Probably true. With
Allegedly.
Aaron, allegedly.
It's all alleged here. Let me just say that too.
Someone that left a cult.
As someone who's left a cult,
No.
this is all alleged. Alleged. I have your voice memos. Wink, wink.
Someone else that left a cult.
Who?
Prince Harry. Just kidding. We love the palace.
We love the palace, okay? Like the palace, it's such a mix.
It's a mixed bag of tricks, right? Like you get a lot of good things and there's a lot of bad press and you got to do a lot of stuff. And
it could really be used as a symbol for good. Like
for sure. And they could have definitely, Meghan was like built for that. Like
no,
I don't
Meghan
know
is
how else to say
activism
it.
101.
And
like put Meghan Markle in front of you. Her Wikipedia page says activism 101.
Yeah, and the fact that they did not like rely on her more, I bet they're really kicking themselves because they're down a few royals at ATM.
Yeah, they're down a few royals, and they're down a lot of points in the public opinion.
I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume.
So, what's the thing? So, what are they being sued for?
So they're being he is actually, Prince Harry is suing journalists from the UK newspaper The Sun and the now defunct News of the World because he believes that they broke the law to get information about his private life. So he's suing the publisher News Group NGN and at the High Court in London. A trial set for January of 2025.
Well, yeah, that's just like a lot of work and like just more people like digging into your past, looking at like you and like things that he probably wants to put behind him, and like that I respect.
Yeah.
I think it said how much money he's gonna be.
I think he's gonna maybe only get like 250K.
So like I just wonder, like, is this just for like the sake of like is this a long game? Like, because he's talked about the British press and things like in Spare, and then like we got like clips of it, and so like and just like how they've destroyed things. So
and his mother in the press and all of those things. So yes, I think it's personal. It's more personal.
It's a long game in vengeance. And so is Meghan saying? Because Meghan said, I don't know if like we talked about this part, but Meghan was just like, she wants this to be over with and done, the lawsuits. And so does she think this is going to be a short-term thing? Because I think this is Harry's Batman vengeance.
Yeah. Well, they need to get on the same page about that because, like, you would think that they would have a conversation like, hey, you know what happened to my mom in the press? Like, this is like, I'm going to spend $500,000 to get 250K. Like, and that doesn't matter to me. I'm going to donate to charity afterwards. Like, whatever. But, like, yes, he needs to explain that to her if that is the case. If this is just like his Batman moment to get vengeance, I love, respect, whatever you need to do.
That's what Batman did because they killed his parents. So, well, they only killed his mom, but his dad killed his mom, so it's even worse.
Wow, that is bleak, Batman. No wonder you were so screwed up.
Harry, that's you. And then your brother was mean to you at school. Who wasn't mean to their siblings at school?
Not me, because I didn't have any.
I was. And he was mean to me.
It was warranted, some would say.
Warranted. Unlike this next story.
Oh, tell me
Colin
more.
Jost announced as the host of Pop Culture Jeopardy.
Is it Joust or Joist? I never know. Because it does look like Joust, but I think I hear people say Joist.
Joist. It's probably is Joist. It's like going oi. Oi. Joy. I think Joust would have like a OU in it.
I couldn't agree more. Sad news for the gaming community, for the broadcasting community, for the host community.
No, literally, I don't get it. Okay, so this is like Scarlett Johansson's husband, and like he must be just like amazing, or like he's the cleaning fairy. I don't know. Like I don't get it. Like because we
did see him. Yeah,
we just watched him the other day. We were trying to watch the surfing in Tahiti, and he was like cracking these jokes, but like they didn't seem like this is the Olympics, so it's not time for dry humor.
Exactly,
it's time to like be celebratory of like our people and the nation and like all these crazy, like amazing events that are happening. And he was just like, "Yeah, I don't know why it's here. It's far," and I was just like.
Not laughing.
Like not funny, and like you explain why like you do surfing in specific places. Like he just didn't do like what commentators do, and I can't imagine he's gonna do that for the game of Jeopardy because he's just like maybe
pop culture Jeopardy at that. It's not even just Jeopardy. Like I could understand like a dry humor like for that because that's kind of how the main Jeopardy man was, Mr. Alex.
Do you think he beat Michelle Collins out for this?
Oh,
she auditioned,
sure.
Huh?
Oh, Michelle Collins, if she didn't, girl, get busy, get on the auditions, like put your name out there. What are you doing?
Like it's really not that hard.
It's not. But I know she doesn't like paperwork, so maybe that's her dilemma, her problem.
Good admin. I do all of our paperwork, but Tanner does all the other things.
Yeah. So yeah, I just don't understand like this choice. They tried to say like in the article, there were a couple of people who talked about like, oh, who is this? A television, Suzanne's Prep praised his wit and intelligence, while Amazon's Lauren Anderson highlighted his pop culture expertise. I would like to know what that means because I know he was on SNL and did the Weekend Highlight, and that's what he kind of was famous for, right?
Right.
That does not equate to pop culture to me. That is SNL Weekend Highlight.
Like, I hope that like I'm wrong.
It's okay to be wrong.
Like, I hope that I'm wrong and
Yeah.
that like him and Scarlett Johansson like play pop culture trivia like all the time and they sit and talk about stories like we do.
If he needs to come on this pod and prove himself to me is what I'm hearing you say.
Yeah.
I agree. I'll test him and he'll lose.
We'll see.
But listen, if he did ask us on his show, we would be there in a heart, skip, and a jump. We would love that. You probably film in LA. We'll be there a few times this next month. Like, reach out.
Reach out. We would love to be on Pop Culture Jeopardy. I love pop culture. If there's anything I've been obsessed with my whole life, it's been pop culture.
And it's just exclusively on Amazon Prime Video. So for those of you who want to watch
It's going to be
us
there.
on Pop Culture Jeopardy.
If you want to watch me on Pop Culture Jeopardy, I'll be on September 17th.
I turned the corner on that one quickly too, huh? It happens. It's okay to be wrong.
No, it's okay to be wrong.
Oh, this next story. Travis and Jason Kelce reportedly seeking $100 million deal for their New Heights podcast. Please, Lord, let it be us.
No, literally, let it be us.
Yeah.
What a beautiful thing. Well, you know what? Good for them. I don't have anything like exciting to say.
We did wonder though.
Yeah, actually, that's what I was gonna say. Is like they went on hiatus, and I said they're shopping their podcast for more money.
I said, yeah, for sure.
And like, look at us.
We were right.
Yeah. No, it's just like all about watching patterns, y'all. Like, watch patterns. Look around.
Now, do you think it would be worth $100 million?
I think it's worth $100 million because of Taylor Allison Swift.
For sure. She boosted him up to that $100 million mark.
No, they were maybe at like a 45 mil.
I could see that for
Yeah,
them.
45 mil. Like 2 guys, 20 mil.
Is it
each.
once a week?
Yeah, it's a once a week podcast thing.
Lazy.
Comes out on Tuesdays. No, literally laziest men I've ever seen. Like, don't even have a Heisman trophy.
Oh, we're kidding.
No,
Not really.
No, we're like obviously kidding.
Yeah,
and,
obviously. Hello.
Like yeah,
They're hardworking
He's a
men.
they're Super Bowl athletes. Okay,
Yeah.
we know they're hardworking and like do a lot.
Obviously.
But back to what I was saying. Like, I don't think they would have like done this without Taylor. I think that's all part of like, you know, that's part of it. Like, when you date in celebrity.
It looks like they're seeking this deal with Wondery. So that is an Amazon podcast platform.
Oh, I do like Wondery.
Yeah.
They put out good podcasts. That goes
do.
Wondery.
Wondery, reach out.
No, literally. I'm wondering about
When
you
you're
too.
going to reach out.
I remember you.
Yeah, so I hope they make their money. This is exciting. I like when these big numbers come through for podcasters because it's what we do. So I'm like, maybe us.
No, literally, may it be us. But yeah, no, I think this is all about. They got these ducats because of like his
Taylor.
relationship this last year.
Who could we set up Brooks with so he could become famous? Maybe Paige DeSorbo's new cat?
Paige or Taylor's cat?
Taylor's hello.
Taylor's cat is worth more than Travis Kelce this last year. It might not be
It's
now.
more than no. Taylor's cat is actually worth more than this deal that they're about to ink with Wondery.
No, it's crazy, y'all. Like, Google it. Like, I think it's
Do
Benjamin
they have to
Button.
split that though halfway, or are they both getting $100 million?
I think you'd have to split that, but like 50 million a piece is like pretty good to like jack your jaws once a week.
True.
And then like
especially
do
'cause you're
performances,
retiring.
but
or
like
his brother is Jason.
Yeah, Jason's retiring. Travis is still like working, but like, you know what? And it like they covered the sports ball out of it all, but they also just like talk about little things. And then like, but more viewers came because of obviously like the dating of Taylor. Like it didn't show up on my radar. I didn't know about it it didn't show up on my tickety talk until Taylor was mentioned on New Heights. So
Yes,
like
same.
that's all I have to say.
Same.
So you tell me if it would be this much, maybe even 20 million.
She's changed her tune. Someone else had
Watch
changed
their
their
deals
tune.
be more than 20 million from the beginning.
Probably.
Yeah, 50.
Someone else had changed their tune.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi B is pregnant with her third child, and she changed her tune because that was announced the same day it was released that her and Offset are getting divorced.
Oh,
Divorced.
they're getting divorced, and she's
And
announcing the
she's
pregnancy at the same day.
pregnant. Yeah. Well, she.
Might as well get it all out there.
No, I agree.
That's what
Like,
I
get ahead
say.
of the story.
Yeah, tell your side of it, spit it out. Like sometimes, like because like divorce like doesn't have to be shameful.
Sure.
And like having a baby is a celebration. People are obviously going to ask you at this, they're going to be like, oh my gosh, what? Like, and this, that, and the other. So just like put it all out there at once.
And she did. She posted an Instagram picture. It was like her in this red dress with the red fur, and her belly was very visible out and about. And she was in a New York City skyline. And she did not tag him, but she did write in the post, with every ending comes new beginning. I'm so grateful to have shared this season with you. You have brought me more love, more life, and most of all, renewed my power. So that is obviously in response to Offset. Yeah. And it was alleged that he probably cheated on her, but then he denied it, so we don't know. Allegedly.
Who knows? I don't know. I just don't trust men.
Well, yeah. Well, his track record, I don't know that I trust that either, but also allegedly. Yeah.
Well, congrats, Cardi B, to you and Offset. I hope you all create like this wonderful co-parenting relationship. Like it can be done.
Oh, totally.
And there's like models of it now, and there's books, and there's people, and like y'all can just like raise these babies like and power up together. And I think that can be really cool. So like we wish you the best.
Wish her the best. Yeah, especially like anyone that's pregnant, like all love.
No
all
hate. Love, like all love, no hate. Like that's all. And just like I'm glad she didn't like. Yeah, I was just thinking the other day, like we were watching the Kardashians, and Chloe was like, I don't even want to go outside. Like I'm afraid to tell anyone I'm pregnant. And she was just like living with a secret, felt like shame.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I hate that for people, and I don't ever want people to like feel in fear or live in shame. And so like, yeah, just spread your truth. It's gonna be okay.
True. Someone else that
does not know how to tell the truth.
Does not speak truths. Mostly lies, some would say.
He goes, ayo, ayo.
Justin Timberlake is rearraigned on DUI charges, and we did report that he tried to get the case dismissed. Now his attorney has fully turned a corner on that. He withdrew his original motion to have the case dismissed on a hearing that happened today. The Sag Harbor judge, my favorite, Carl, we love you. Shout out to Carl.
Thank you, Carl.
He admonished the attorney over his comments at previous court hearing, calling them irresponsible. He said that was literally dumb. And then he even told him he would serve him with a gag order if he continued to speak on like the trial, and he feels like he's trying to turn the tides before the trial ever starts. So the judge is not here for this lawyer shit, and I'm not either, or for trying to get him off because he was clearly drunk.
No, he was clearly
allegedly
drunk. And it's just like, you know what? Like the worst thing that's going to happen to you is that you're going to have to pay a fine. Like pay the fine. Like
his license already is revoked.
Well, he can pay for drivers. That's what I'm saying. Like his life does not have to change.
Right.
Like he has enough access and power that his life doesn't have to change. And it's just like, it's white man bullshit.
No, it really, really is.
No, it's just like the epitome of privilege. Like bullshit is what it is. It's not even just like white man. Let me rephrase that. It's just the epitome of privilege.
Privilege, period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Someone else.
Did you see like the photo of like him and like the virtual thing? Yeah. And it's just like, it looks
he was like very
the,
stony faced.
Well, and just like the why is he like in wood? Like
well, because he's in Belgium. He's on the world tour, obviously.
Oh, he's on the world tour.
Hello. He's on the world tour, and so he couldn't be bothered to be in Sag Harbor for this court appearance, so he video phoned in.
Wait, do you remember that night I made that Trolls World Tour?
Yeah, it was iconic.
Did we ever post that?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even remember it.
Yeah, we did. And so Justin, shirker of responsibility, takes some ownership.
And like, you know what? You did the crime. You do the time.
That's so true. Now, someone else that did the crime and the time.
Who?
Ballerina Farm. We have a referendum.
We have a referendum on Ballerina Farm. What do we think?
Well, I'm just going to believe women. That's always my stance. I'm going to choose to stand with women, believe them. She put out a video saying that she's totally fine. She didn't blink twice at me, so I'm going to believe her.
Yeah, no, I think that. And you never know what's going on behind people's closed doors. And like, we have to take people at face value and like have media literacy through that.
That's so true.
And media literacy for you might mean something different than media literacy for me. And like, that's okay. We have differing opinions, but like, we're not going to bash this woman. Yeah. We're not going to bash her life. And we just hope she's safe.
How often do people read the same text and get totally different things from that?
No,
so like,
literally.
it's okay that like people have differing opinions, but like, I'm going to choose to believe Ballerina Farm.
Yeah. We're going to choose to believe Ballerina Farm. And you know what? You're right. I love what you said. People always have different opinions, and that's always like that in like songwriting and storytelling, even just like in conversation, like what you hear, because we're also differently affected by our life experiences and like the culture that we live in. And her culture, like what looks different to the writer of the story, it's because she lived a completely different life. So like, you know, there's both truths can be like told, and both perspectives can be fair.
Yeah.
But we believe Hannah. Her name is Hannah.
Hannah Nilman. We believe you, Hannah.
We believe you, Hannah Nilman. And you know what? Like, her name is Hannah. Like, that's something that I don't like about it. Sometimes they're just always like, Ballerina Farm. So I'm like, no, her name is Hannah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the brand she built. She asked for it, but yeah.
I know, but like, sometimes people just like talk about it. I'm like, but she is a human.
No, for sure.
And they'll talk about Daniel, but they won't say Hannah. Like,
well, they're not going to call him Mr. They should call him Mr. Ballerina Farm.
No, they should call him Mr. Ballerina. Like, that's like, but
that's the
they
answer.
don't. But they call him by name, but they don't call her by name. So I just want to like, I wanted to make sure I called her by name.
I appreciate that.
Hannah
Nilman, Mrs. Ballerina Farm, Mr. Ballerina Farm. Shout out. That's our referendum. Referendum. How do we say it? We don't know.
Referendum.
It's okay to be wrong. We don't know. We're from the South.
We don't know.
Now, should we get into advice from the DMs? I'm like, it's so long.
Do you want to?
I think we should.
Okay, let's do it.
We're going to give you a supersized app.
Okay.
We were going to save this, but let's just do 2.
Okay.
Because we have several. Thank you so much for writing in. This very first one says, hi, it's okay to be wrong. I'm in a tricky situation and could really use some guidance. My friend/coworker and her husband have been married for about 5 years. Recently, I was at their house for a barbecue and ended up using her phone to send myself pics we had taken. While I was doing that, I saw text messages coming through that seemed suspicious, sexual, or at the very least, they were flirtatious exchanges with someone who wasn't her husband. I'm torn on what to do next. Should I tell my friend's husband what I saw? No. Maybe confront my best friend about her behavior, or should I keep this to myself and stay out of it? Thoughts? Advice?
Like, I think you have to think, like, what impact is it going to have? Like, is this your business? Like,
yeah.
And, like, there's things, some people, I was going to say, some people are, like, in an open marriage, or, like, maybe, like, he knows about all of this. And so it's just, like, so that could come off as, like, judgy and pious, just because you don't know, like, all the realms of her relationship, and, like,
and you could potentially lose your friend for that.
You don't get to, because like, you're not in the marriage with that person.
You didn't sign this marriage contract. Me and my husband did. So
right. And so like, there's that.
Yeah.
Of like, what if like he like perfectly knows him fine.
Right.
What if he's also cheating on her and she's cheating on him? Like,
yeah, like it's an open marriage.
There's just like so many things.
Yeah.
There's just like so many things. Or what if like it is, and like you could like up in their marriage and lives with how you handle it.
So don't come at it from like a judgy pious way, like of assumption, like, hey, I saw this on your phone. What the hell are you doing? Like, that's not going to work. I say you just sit down and ask them, like, oh, I don't know. Maybe don't bring it up. Now I'm confused. I'm like, it's not really your business.
It's not your business. And I think I would watch for other signs. Yeah. Like, is your friend feeling off? Are they acting erratic? Are they like complaining about their husband a lot? Like, if there's like other things like that coming up, then like you could say, well, you know what? Like, I wasn't going to say anything, but like I did have your phone once and saw like naughty messages coming in that wasn't from like your husband, Mr. Ballerina. Do you like, what is going on, sis?
Yeah. What's
like,
happening?
and asking like that way, just like, because there's difference from asking from clarity and asking from judgment, and just like asking out of like care.
Yeah.
And like asking in that way is like a little funny, but also it just gives you a chance to like let it breathe. But like, you don't, like, who says you need to ask right away?
Fair.
Like, watch their behavior. If they seem like they're starting to go down a downward spiral, maybe bring it up then. But like, also like, you don't know what's like inside their marriage and what's inside their life. And if you're just like friends with them, if this isn't your best friend, if this isn't like, if it's your best friend, then I think like, them
you have a
inside
little
and out.
bit more like leverage to like speak on something like that.
But if like this is just your friend, like,
from work, and
it's not your business.
No,
like,
stop. Yeah. Enough. Yeah. No, I
forgot that it was just like your friend from work.
Oh, I don't think it is. I'm just saying, what if it is? I don't really know the context of that.
Yeah,
but like,
if it's just your friend from work, it's none of your business. Okay, it's none of your business. Stay out of it. Like, I've actually been in a situation.
No,
like
it says
that.
my friend/coworker. I was correct.
Yeah, no, and like, it depends on how close your coworker is. Like, I'm super close with some of my coworkers, but like, I never hang out with them like outside of work.
I wouldn't ask them if they had an open marriage. Honestly, I'm like, that's just like information that's given to you. You don't really ask.
Right, you don't get to ask that. It's none of your business. It's none of your business.
Yeah.
So for that one, I say it's none of your business.
Yeah.
But if you heard the other part and it's your best friend, then like.
Then you can ask, but do it respectfully.
Do it respectfully, and like, do it if it seems like they're like feeling off or like weird or just like being really different. Like, that's a time to ask, but not like, you don't just get to go ask. Like, that's none of your business, sister.
Yeah, no, totally. So our next advice. Dear, it's okay to be wrong. I'm planning a baby shower for a friend and just found out that a mutual friend who I'm not super close to has been spreading rumors about our friend that I'm throwing the baby shower for. I'm worried that inviting this mutual friend could make things worse/awkward should I risk the potential drama and invite them anyways, or leave them out of to keep the peace?
Well, if the guest of honor, like the mama to be, or like the family to be,
yes,
if they don't know about that, they're already like spreading rumors about them, I wouldn't bring it up to the bride. I mean, the mother, the person of honor.
Right. Again, it's if you're pregnant, we're spreading love, not hate. So like, just don't even worry about it right now.
You're dealing with enough. Like you're literally cooking life. Like something's living inside of you that's never lived inside of you before. Yeah. Like
now it's not the time.
No, now's not the time. And like we'll handle that with a friend later.
Yeah.
Like that's not the time. But like
that can be your push present to them.
Right. No, literally. But like that's not the time.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say. And so yeah, I think you can still invite them, but like at the end of the day, like if drama's gonna unfurl at the party, don't invite them. If you think the party will be just fine and drama is gonna be like,
I would say, yeah, if you can fake it with this person and just be niceties and keep it cute, keep it nice, invite them. Now, if you're the type of person who is going to corner them and be like, hey bitch, I know what you said about my friend, like it's over for you party, that's not going to be great.
Yeah.
So it depends on how you want to handle it. If you're going to handle it as a housewife, I would say don't invite them. But now if the maid of or the pregnant person really wants them there, you're just gonna have to invite them and bite your tongue.
Yeah, suck it up. Like suck it up, because it's not about you. It's about the person we're celebrating and the person we're honoring and like all the new life, and their life's about to change forever. So how do you want to be remembered in the moments that their lives are about to change forever?
True.
Like that can be said about everything, but like
so unfortunately I think you have to invite them.
Yeah, you invite them. Shut up. Get over it.
Invite them and play nice, and just you can
play nice. You can be cordial. You don't have to say a lot of things. Like I've been in rooms with people before that like I used to be really close with, and then I'm not close with anymore. And like we're cordial, but like we don't like sit around and like chat. We're not like chum buddies. Like
just say hello, keep it moving.
How you doing?
Hi.
Great.
Glad you're here. I know what you're from.
So glad you can make it. You better brought a good gift.
Yeah. No. So yeah, that's our advice from the DMs. We have a few more. We'll save them for next time. But thank you so much for writing in. We'll continue this.
Literally, thank you all so much. We got like several this time, and they were just silly. So thank you. We will do more of them later. But I think it's about time to wrap it up. We're almost at the hour mark.
Yeah, it's time.
All right. So thank you so much for listening to It's Okay to Be Wrong with KB and Tanner Cunningham. If you are not following us on where you get your podcast, go ahead and follow us there and give us a 5-star review. We appreciate it. And if you're not following us on social media, go ahead and do that too at It's Okay _ to be wrong. All right. Thank you.
Love you.
Bye.